AK1 ornithologists. Check out those eaglets. They are getting so big.
They're so cute.
Keep watching because they're fun, and I know many of you have. So we've talked about eggs and parts of a bird and the feathers on them. And yesterday we talked about the nest. Was it yesterday?
No, yesterday was beaks.
Yesterday was the beaks. And then the feathers. So now we're going to talk about where do birds live? Lots of different places. So this is a short little book about places that birds live. So let me find my information page in the back. All right, birds live all around us. They're in trees, parks, gardens, on buildings, rocks, and ledges. No matter where you may be, chances are a bird is living close by. So where do birds live? How many of you have a birdhouse that you provide in your backyard? Or maybe you can make one during this time. You can paint one.
That's a good idea.
So yeah, birds love to have little homes to live in. Birds live by the sea, and they live, where do you think this is at with that cactus? In the desert.
Oh, it's like an eagle.
So these are house sparrows. Nope,
No.
This is a house sparrow,
Yeah.
page 1. This is herring gulls, and this is a red-tailed hawk. And they're all in. Look at the nest that they built around the cactus.
It looks similar to the bald eagle nest.
I know.
Sort of.
Just not as big, but yes. And birds live in the city, and birds live in the mountains. So we've got, these are rock doves, and then this guy is a golden eagle.
We have golden eagles in Utah. We actually have a lot of those birds in Utah.
Birds live on the beach. Check that one out. And birds live on the rocks.
That's my favorite bird. Puffins.
Yep.
They're so
That's
cute.
a puffin. So this is a wind-up, a sanderling, and this, as she said, is a horned puffin. The horned puffins, they're found only in the northern Pacific, and it flies high over water and swims too, because he's got his feet have the webbed feet, so he's a good swimmer as well. And look at the different beaks. There is a long pointy one, so it can get the things they eat in the sand, and theirs is a lot smaller of a beak. I wonder what they eat.
Fish.
Yeah, that's my guess, is they eat the fish. I was looking to see if they said. Nope, they live amongst groups.
Yep.
All right, and then we have birds that live in a marsh. Can you see it in there? Look at how the long beak he has. And birds that live in a pond. You know what those are. So this is the mallard duck, and this is the blue heron.
We have herons and mallards in Utah.
Yep.
I think we even have blue herons.
Look at those. They're very camouflaged. Then we have birds that live in the woods, and birds that live in a barn.
Ooh.
So this is the great horned owl. This is one we would actually see on our field trip at Tracy Aviary.
Yep.
So if you ever go on your own, you can go see one of those. And then this is the swallow. Check out that. They put their nest in a corner. Look at all the babies wanting some food. Birds live everywhere. It's a short book,
You know,
isn't it?
one of our families had a bird build a nest on the wreath on their front door
Wow.
this year.
That is cool. And there's less people around here, so they could build. We used to have, if you remember, I think I talked about it already, the doves that were in our tree. We've got the quails that are all around here. And the other day when I came in, we had 2 ducks that I haven't seen them in a while.
I was just going to say I haven't seen them much lately.
But for a while. But the quail and the doves we always see. A lot of times you can hear the geese. You might not see them, but if you know what they sound like, and they go in the V. So just be watching. Go on when you're outside. Always look to see. The other day when we were on Zoom, I heard some friends say that they had nests in their backyard. So keep an eye on those. Just don't touch the nest yet. When they're all done with it, then you could leave it up there for another bird to take over, because a lot of times that happens. Or you can get a little closer and watch. But enjoy watching the birds. Keep taking note. You can draw pictures of the ones you see, like the ornithologists do. They have a journal. What I did want to show you in this book is kind of cool, is it divides what kind of birds you would see in different places, like we had in here. So we're going to look through. So gardens and meadows are the ones you would see here. And these are ones you would see in rivers and lakes. You see any familiar ones? We all know what this one is called, a flamingo. And then we have, these are all birds you might see by the sea. There's the pelican that has the 2 gallons of water it can fill in its beak.
There's the puffin.
Oh, yep. Orange puffin. There he is. So many different birds.
Oh, our phone's ringing.
Then you have this group on top here are desert birds. So we've got different hummingbirds, a roadrunner. Then you have Australian birds, birds that live in Australia.
Kookaburra.
Yep, and the emu. And then you have the birds that live in the savannas, so where we learned about in Africa. So you've got the ostrich, the Egyptian goose, the short-eared owl.
Oh, the
all these
secretary
different ones.
bird.
Oh,
Those
yes.
are cool.
Well,
And they
this is
call them a
cool.
secretary bird because the feathers on their head remind them of a secretary with her pen behind her ears.
Oh, yeah. You've seen me do that before. So, yeah, this is fun. So then we have birds that go in the ice and snow. So the Atlantic puffin, all these different, the snowy owl, and then all other kinds of penguins that you might see in the ice and the snow. It's amazing how many different ones. Everyone always likes the rockhopper penguin.
Or the macaroni.
Yes, there he is. Because of the things on there, the different hair piece or head. And then you have, look at the colorful birds in the rainforest.
Pretty.
All the different colors you would find in the rainforest.
We had a friend for a long time whose favorite bird was the harpy.
Oh, yes.
They're big and beautiful.
So that, and then the last page, oh, not the last page. Then these are the birds that live in the forests and woodlands. So a little different from the rainforest, but these are more like probably where we would have here in Utah.
Mm-hmm.
The finch, the tawny owl, the cardinal. And then the last page is birds you would see on a farm
Oh, that's a good one.
and pet birds that you would have at home.
Does anyone have a pet bird?
I
don't know.
I know of one friend. Miss Jenny has a bird.
Oh, that's right. She
Does
has
anyone
a...
else? I haven't heard of anyone else having another
Does she
bird.
have an African gray? I think she has an
Oh.
African gray.
And then you have the birds of prey, which is up here. The bald eagle is on there, the ones that we've been watching. And then you have night birds,
Ooh.
nocturnal birds. And then these are just some feathers and eggs that you look at. That's a flamingo feather. Look at how pretty that is. And a buzzard egg, an emu egg, and the ostrich egg, which is the one I had the picture of. So fun book. When you find different books, check them out, see what kinds of birds. Look online or have moms and say, what kind of birds do we have in Utah? Because everybody has different birds in your area that are different. So enjoy, have fun, and we'll see you later. Bye.